I and the boys are headed to France soon to take a break from work, and a big part of any trip is what you bring along with you. So I decided to go for a few of my essential and not so essential travel items. It might not be the best for everyone, but it's what I currently bring. So without too much yapping, let's just jump right into it. So basically the way this is going to work is that we're going to talk about things that are going to be in the carry-on and then in the check-in. So things like tech, essentials, toiletries, and all that goes in here, we'll talk about that first. And then we'll talk about the ones in here next. So let's do it. The first decision I have to make is between carrying my iPad or my MacBook, and there are pros and cons to each. So the MacBook I have is the M4 Pro, and I walk in front of this every single day. So the idea of carrying this with me on a trip is just unappealing. I would rather leave this behind and take my iPad, which is an 11-inch M1, so it's plenty small, but it's just enough where you can like watch movies, reply to some emails, but not do too much. So unless I'm going on a trip that I have to like edit or I have to like walk, I would leave my MacBook behind. And for this trip, I'm not editing anything and I'm not working on anything, so this is going with me. The very next thing that I cannot travel without and I can't live without are my headphones. So the headphones I have are the AirPods Max, and I absolutely love it. I wear this everywhere, to the gym, when I'm at work, literally everywhere. When I'm flying, I don't even put this in my box. I actually put this right on my head. It has like very good noise cancellation, so when you're on the plane, you could just hit that and everything just fades away. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I take this with me everywhere. It's always on my head or on my neck. So the very next thing I take with me is my Switch. So I do not travel without my Switch. I absolutely love it. It helps take my mind away from the flights, and really it's one of the few things that make me happy in this house. You know, that office right there, I spend hours there. I don't like going near there, but this brings me a lot of joy. So yeah, I take my Nintendo Switch and then I pick a few games to go with it. So I don't have that many because I'm not that hardcore, but I do have a few. So yeah, the Switch always comes with me on flights, and that goes into the carry-on. So the next thing I always carry with me is this travel adapter, especially when I'm traveling to another continent. So basically it has support for like the European Union, it has support for the UK, it has support for the US. But you know something funny? The US and the AU prongs are so similar. So I'm like, why don't you guys just share? Like someone should either bend theirs or I don't know. I love this because it has 3 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port. And this is also very capable of charging your laptops or your iPads or whatever you carry. Those 4 other ports, in addition to the main plug in here, you have almost everything you need. So this is basically an adapter and an extension. So I always take this with me when traveling. Okay, let's talk about my camera gear. So the camera I use is a Sony a6-700, and I absolutely love this camera. This is my first camera and I would say it's fitted me very well. The camera is able to shoot up to 4K 60, 4K 120, and it also has a mechanical shutter for photos. So you can basically shoot almost everything you need in terms of video, and it can also do almost everything you need in terms of photos. So it is perfect, but it does overheat. So if you're filming at 120 or 60 sometimes, and you're filming for extended periods of time, it might overheat, so take note of that. That's the one thing I don't like about it. The lens I use is the Sigma 18 to 50mm. It is my everything lens, so I can use this lens to go up close, I can use this lens to shoot from far, and I just love this lens. If I had to have only one lens, I would just have this one. The second lens I have is the Sony 11mm 1.8 lens. So 1.8 basically meaning it lets a lot more light in, and 11mm meaning that it's very wide. So with this I'm able to get some more creative shots. Maybe say I'm in a restaurant or I'm in a cramped place and I want to get like the whole scene. This takes me pretty wide, so I love this. A few other things I take with me when traveling as far as my camera gear goes is a flash. I have a flash for taking shots at night. I have a mini tripod which I use. It's nice, you can hold it like in front of you if you wanted to get flicks, and you can also like stand it. Now I typically don't travel alone, so if I wanted to get like an RQ shot, I would call a friend to help me hold it. But I do want to get like an RQ travel tripod, and I like traveling light, so not carrying a big tripod means that every single thing you have can fit into here nicely. So I pack everything in here and I just put that into my carry-on bag. The few other things I carry are spare SD cards. I have like 6 spare batteries with me at all times, so I'm able to vlog the entire day. Another thing I always carry with me is a variable ND filter. So this just goes into my camera bag. A variable ND filter is basically like sunglasses for your camera. So it limits the amount of light getting into your lens, and you're able to keep your aperture wide open if you want to get like a cinematic type of shot. And then for sound, I have the Rode Wireless Me and the Rode Shotgun mic. I typically prefer to use the shotgun mic just because I hate having to like attach a loud mic to myself. It makes a lot of noise and the audio is not the best. This sounds a lot better, but if you're too far away, you can't really hear too much. So I would use this whenever I can and only use this when I have to. It's just my preference. These two go into my camera bag. And the camera bag itself is from K&F Concept. It was actually 50 bucks. It was very cheap. And I love this camera bag because I don't have to wear like a full backpack. It doesn't mess up the fit, but I'm still able to get my camera in and out and get quick shots whenever I need to. So I absolutely love this bag. I even put my camera in it when I'm at home just because of how much I like it. The last piece of filming equipment I have is my DJI Mini 4 Pro. So this is a drone that I got very recently and I've been loving it so far. It has about 30 minutes of battery life per flight and it is very good. I was caught between the DJI Flip and the Mini 4, and after a lot of research I just decided to get the Mini 4 because it had a lot of features and I was worried about crashing it at first, so I bought the insurance that like you can crash it up to 4 times I think. I love this drone. You're able to get like some crazy cinematic shots whenever you want, and it's very important when you're on a trip. So all my tech, my drone and my camera bag all goes into my carry-on luggage. Speaking of luggage, let's talk about it. This luggage set, the Carry-On X and the check-in, is from Carl FriedRik, the sponsor of today's video. The Carry-On X is a resourceful cabin case with an integrated hard-shell front pocket for quickly retrieving your laptop, iPad, travel documents, or whatever you might need quickly. It features an aluminum frame with lock closures, very smooth 360 spinner wheels, and an impact-resistant polycarbonate shell. I wouldn't worry about anything getting squished when I'm traveling with this. The check-in is a bigger variant of the carry-on with the same beautiful design and features despite its bigger frame. The inside of both luggages is just as beautiful as the outside and you can really appreciate the craftsmanship. The locks are secure and TSA approved, they are very snappy, and inside the luggage itself is very well compartmentalized, so you have ample space to fold and arrange all your items. It has claps to securely hold your belongings in place and also has a divider for the other side, so I'm able to pack as much as I want on either side and still have it well arranged and nicely fitted while traveling. One thing I really like about this is really how responsive and quiet the wheels are, and also just how amazing this whole luggage set looks. It comes in many different colorways, so do take a look. I'll leave a link in the description below to check it out, and a huge shout out to Carl FriedRik for sponsoring this video. So it's kind of dark right now, the sun just up and went, but hey, the show must go on. Plus, we're almost done, so we might as well just finish. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are my toiletries, so let's just jump into that. So I have this Jean Paul Gaultier bag, and I actually got this when I was buying like the perfume, so I've got like the whole set. We're going to get to that next, but this bag, right, is for my toiletries whenever I'm traveling. I don't do too much, but I absolutely cannot live without this. This is the most important thing in this house. You can take anything else. Please do not take my water flosser, bro. Please don't take my water flosser. It's the Sony Care, I believe 3000, and I got this just because I love flossing my teeth every single time I eat. If I don't floss after eating, I just feel like there's something in there, you know. It was something I didn't do as much when I was younger, but as I grew older and oral hygiene just became more and more important to me, I just realized that I can't sleep when I have like stuff in my mouth. It drives me insane. So this, I love this. You can just like break it apart and pop it right in there. So you have the water flosser, then electric toothbrush. I love this because it vibrates and you don't really have to do too much, and that vibration is really what is going to dislodge the particles that you have in your mouth. So this goes around in there, dislodges everything, and I think this is like what, 20 bucks. It's very cheap. You can just get it. It's almost the same price as buying like 2 regular toothbrushes. So I always get this. If this falls today, I'm going to get it today. Put that in. After that, I would then take like my cleanser or my body wash. Now I don't take my cleanser all the time just because it's not that big a deal, to be honest with you. I could use my body wash, but I would take my body wash for sure. But then again, it depends on where I'm going to. If I'm going to an Airbnb, and I hate Airbnbs, but if I was going to an Airbnb, I probably would, just because you don't know what they put there. But if you're going to like a good hotel, you probably don't need to bring this along, you know. At this point, it's open to interpretation. As long as you have your flosser and your toothbrush, everything else can wait. These are the fragrances I have. Not the biggest collection, but every single one of them serve their purpose. So my best by far is the Byredo, but to be honest with you, that's probably a lie. They are all so good. It's between one of these two. And these are both fresh fragrances, so I think I just love fresh fragrances. I don't know, maybe it's just my thing, but this smells so good, bro. Whew, damn. It's just so good. I love this so much. So Jo Malone, London in Cypress and Grapevine. I love this. Barredo Baldia Freak. Angel Share. So this is a lot more boozy, I would say. It smells like whiskey. I wouldn't know because I haven't drank whiskey before, but I think that's what this smells like. So it's a very boozy smell, the kind maybe you would wear on a date night. I like it. I didn't like it at first, but it kind of got me eventually. Yeah, too much. But yeah, just take this. I'm taking this with me. Alright, so something I completely forgot to speak about, and I don't know why, is my Anker power bank. So it's wireless. You can use it to get like an additional 2 or 3 charges throughout the day when you're moving around. So I would always carry this. I don't even carry this just for traveling. I carry this to the gym because my phone is so bad. My phone is so shit that it dies immediately. So this is an important one. Please, if you're traveling and you need a power bank, this is a good one to check out. I love this and I'm recommending all my friends to get it as well. And last but not least, something you should have in your box is a tracker of some kind. The one I use is the Apple AirTag, just because I don't want to hear any stories about where my box is when I eventually land at my location. So yeah, just pop this into your box, and then if there's anyone with a phone around, it gets updated and you're able to track it from your phone. So that pretty much wraps it up for my video on what I would pack to travel. When I do travel, I'm going to make another video about that as well. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you would add or what you would not use. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.